Andrew McGahan for Severe MMA on location here in London, actually, alongside Neil Seery. And Neil, have to ask you, was the Twitter campaign the reason you got in here?
Yeah, I'd say so. 100%. I'd say, yeah, it's the only reason I got here.
So, and it was started actually from your teammates, I believe, Fergus Ryan and Stephen Lowry. Was there a bit of, did they ring you and say, look, we're going to start this, try to get behind it?
No, I thought it was actually him that fucking started it. To tell you the truth, I didn't know them two boys started at all.
No, well, when you search for the hashtag, it had something like 250 tweets within 5 days, and it seemed like those boys were one of the first. I have to ask you, you're here now, what's it actually like? You're in a UFC room right now. What compared to, say, an Irish show, what's it like?
Yeah, it's different ball game when you get here. When you land here Monday and stuff, it's not like any other show. You know, it's the Champions League really of mixed martial arts. You know, so we're just gonna have to get through the next 2 days.
Yeah, because there was a bit of a joke going on earlier on between us that the next couple of days are going to be torture for you with the amount of press obligations. For example, today, what have you done already?
We've done 2 photo shoots. That's basically, yeah, I have to go back down now and do more.
But I know you were tied up last night as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I think I done 7 interviews yesterday, and it's that much stuff. It's just blowing the head off me, to tell the truth.
And open workouts next, so I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's going to be a lot of scrums and more interviews there. I'm going to ask you, Brad Pickett, surely you're coming into the UFC, you wouldn't expect to be fighting a guy as well known as Brad Pickett?
No, I didn't expect that. You know, I didn't expect to be on the main card either, really. I thought we would have been pushed down, probably the force fire stuff, but obviously because Brad is from the UK and he has a big following, nobody else really wanted to fight Brad, so I'm short straw here and thrown in, you know.
Did that surprise you that none of the top guys wanted a shot against him?
Yeah, I actually never thought I'd get here, you know. I thought that somebody would have jumped at the chance to fight Brad. Obviously fighters always complain about money, and I'm sure like a lot of people could have negotiated a lot of more money there to get on and fight with Brad, but nobody seemed really to want it, you know. After
the Ulysses Gomez incident in November, this must be brilliant news, because I said to you earlier, everything happens for a reason, and let's say if you had taken that fight and you had lost it, I don't think you'd be standing in this room.
No, definitely not. If I had taken, well, not that I had taken, I was taking the fight either way. I was on way, he wasn't. But if I had lost the fight, yeah, I wouldn't be standing here now, you know. I'd be back to square one and going again, really.
Because Pickett has a win over Demetrius Johnson, a lot of people are saying if he had have won this weekend, that he'd probably be getting a title shot. Do you think you come in, let's say it's the Rocky story, and you get the win, do you think it puts you high up the rankings, or you're willing to build your way up?
No, I don't think it puts me high up the rankings. There's a lot of flyweights out there in the top 10 that are really good, that he hasn't been tested against, you know. I know it's his first time at flyweight. I reckon I don't think the weight cut's going to bother him, to tell you the truth. I'm sure they have it down to the T in his gym, you know. But look, we'll see how it goes Saturday, you know.
Do you think he wouldn't have made this decision unless he'd maybe done a trial cut? I know he was a little bit coy in Manchester about it, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to see what it is, but you wouldn't really announce something like that. As a man who's fought at higher weights, you wouldn't announce something like that unless you had tried it before in your gym.
I am sure he tried it. Like, he's a professional, you know. He's at this game a long time, the same as myself. So I'm sure he knows his body. He knows what way it works for him. You know, what way the cut he's gonna feel after a cut. You know. But as you say, like, I seen him yesterday. I went over, shook his hand. Look, he's the same size as me. There's no reason he shouldn't be making. He's not that he's a lot taller or weight. There's no reason he shouldn't make weight. You know.
Yeah. If we just go back timeline wise, when did you actually have an idea that you were going to get the call? Because when McCall was pulled out with an injury, I understand your management got onto the UFC straight away and said, we have a guy who's ready.
Yeah, did I know? I didn't really know. As I always do, I just turn off all computers and stuff like that. I don't really look at it, and I didn't really know anything about it, and Andy told me that we're going to take the fight, you know.
A 4-fight contract, is it?
It's a 4-fight contract. Yeah.
So a win this weekend would really put you in a good position, because let's say if you did lose your first 2, then the UFC may cut you and you wouldn't get to honour the 4 fights. So how important is it to start off with a win this weekend?
Everything's important. Like, I'm not here just to make out, obviously, to give Brad an opponent. I'm here to win. Like, I'm not going out here thinking like, oh, I'll just brush this one underneath the table and start from scratch the next one. That's it's not me. I'm not going to walk like that. I'm going out to people I pick it, and that's the bottom line.
Do you think it's kind of funny that a lot of your fights you've been the underdog? Even for when you won the Cage Warriors belt, many people considered you were the underdog. Do you thrive better under that sort of performance?
No, it doesn't bother me. I don't take it into consideration really. Underdog, favourites, anything like that. To be honest, I just go out and look, put your hands up, knuckle down, and try and knock people out. You know.
The man who's sitting over there, the guy who's been with you for so long, Andy Ryan, he actually told me that December, January and February are your busiest months in work because of the nature of your work. How are you able to stroke this and pull it off?
I don't know. I actually don't know. In fairness, though, my partner, she helps me a lot. I never actually thank her at all, you know. But she helps me a lot to get through all this shit. She does a lot for me, you know. But look, we'll get this Saturday out of the way, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Exactly. And one final thing, something that always sticks with me from when Conor first said he came in the door, the UFC, he was going to scream at the top of his lungs about the amount of teammates. What teammates from Team Rhino have you been mentioning that are almost UFC ready or are UFC ready?
Sure, look, half of Ireland I think are nearly, not only in our gym, there's a lot of gyms that can, another few more wins and there'll be people knocking on the door, you know. Like you've got Cottle, you've got Chris, and Paul Redmond. I know Paul had a loss in his previous one to last week, you know. But look, there is great fighters in Ireland, and a lot of them are going to be knocking on the door soon.
Excellent. Well, Neil Seery takes on Brad Pickett this Saturday night, the O2 Arena in London. And Neil, I have to say, for a man who's done his time in Irish MMA, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. We wish you all the best on Saturday night.